Hey, what's up everyone? Some cool news came out this weekend about the company that Ryan Reynolds is the Chief Creative Officer for, looking to IPO in 2025. I think this is a super fascinating story and something I want to dive a bit deeper into. So with that said, let's talk about it. So this weekend, a plethora of news sources all kind of released the same story, saying that the company where Ryan Reynolds works is aiming for a 2025 IPO. This company is called MNTN. It's MNTN, but I'm going to just say Mountain for simplicity here. And yeah, part of me kind of feels bad for like the founders and the executive team at Mountain, because all of the headlines are only talking about Ryan Reynolds, where, you know, realistically, they probably have done the majority of the work over the years. But anyway, getting into the main story, Mountain is looking to IPO. They did just hire Morgan Stanley to help them through this process. Mountain is an advertising technology firm. It's a bit of an agency, but a bit of a digital software that goes into it. It's kind of got a lot going on. Now, the way that Ryan Reynolds is involved is his company, Maximum Effort, was acquired by Mountain back in 2021. Maximum Effort is not Mint Mobile. I know it's easy to mix up because Ryan is all over the place with those advertisements, but Maximum Effort was actually the company that helped make all the Mint Mobile videos and advertisements go viral. So Maximum Effort was the advertising agency that was also owned by Ryan Reynolds, that then was a major factor in terms of helping Mint get the valuation that it did, and ultimately the $1.2 billion acquisition by T-Mobile. So anyway, getting back to Mountain, after Maximum Effort, Ryan Reynolds' ad agency got acquired by them in 2021. Ryan Reynolds came in to Mountain as the Chief Creative Officer. So he has been in that role now for the last 3 or so years. No details were disclosed in terms of the acquisition price between Mountain and his company, but Mountain themselves raised a $119 million Series D a few years ago, which puts their total post-money valuation from around 500 million to $1 billion. And so the price target for the IPO hasn't necessarily been solidified yet. And kind of talking a little bit more macro here, a lot of the articles have spoken about how Mountain was really positively influenced by some of the recent IPOs that happened in the last few weeks and how they've had some positive momentum. Prior to that, the IPO markets have been a little bit strange. Certain ones have gone well, others haven't, and realistically, just the last few years as a whole haven't been the best for the IPO market. So they are looking at this last week and some of the recent IPOs as a good sign for what's in store for the future. So we're still gonna have to wait to see what happens with respect to a lot of the actual numbers of this, but regardless, it is an exciting headline and just a fun story, because I think Ryan Reynolds has so much going on. I think it's amazing that he's been able to do so much in his business career while appearing not to really take his foot off of the gas with his acting, his day job. I know Deadpool came out earlier this year and was a pretty good success, and of course he's been all over the place as always. So whenever you see a headline like this, you just really are impressed. As I mentioned earlier, Ryan obviously is super affiliated with Mint Mobile, which he initially invested in and had about a 25% stake in before it was acquired by T-Mobile. This 25% stake was pretty profitable for Ryan, understandably, because they were bought for over $1 billion. So that was a pretty solid exit for Ryan. But in addition to Mint Mobile, Ryan has also served on the board of directors for the Match Group since 2020. You probably know Match already based off Match.com, their main dating site, but they also own other dating sites like Tinder, and they're valued at about $9.5 billion. And so Ryan has served on the board there for the last 4 years and is no doubt getting a really great education in the business world there. So as someone who prides himself on being multifaceted, I really like to see this move by Ryan. He obviously still is early on in his career, both with respect to acting and in business. Those are things that you can do for the long run. And at this point, it really just looks like he's collecting these milestones and major accomplishments for fun. There's no doubt that Ryan brings a ton of charisma and therefore eyeballs to whatever it is that he's working on. And I think the coverage that this story has even received these last few days is a testament to that. Mountain is a very successful advertising and technology company that has raised hundreds of millions of dollars and has tons of happy clients, but every single article is talking about it because of Ryan Reynolds. So when you think about it from that perspective, maybe it makes sense that they are looking to IPO early 2025 while Ryan Reynolds is at his peak. Everybody knows him, and so they can kind of ride that wave, bring in some more attention to the IPO, and thus hopefully drive up the share price. So anyway, I just thought this was a super interesting story and wanted to get this video out now while it's still fresh. If you enjoy commentary like this, where I'm kind of just breaking down different articles and sharing my thoughts, let me know down below in the comments. I can definitely do more videos like this. But if this is your first time on my channel, then hit that subscribe button because I post content every single week, all aimed at helping you level up in your career. As always, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.